Namaste children, welcome to today's culture course class. So today we are going to discuss lesson number 7 Ayurveda. Lesson number 7 Ayurveda. Ayurveda means the science of long life. What is the meaning of the word Ayurveda? It means that it is a science of long life. It is an Indian system of medical practice. It is also Indian system of medical practice. By following its rules, one can lead a long and healthy life. By following the rules of Ayurveda, we can lead a long and healthy life. Dhanvantari, an avatar of Vishnu, is the patron deity of Ayurveda. So Dhanvantari, he is the an avatar of Vishnu, and he is the father of deity of Ayurveda. God Brahma taught Ayurveda to Daksha Prajapati. So God Brahma, we know one of these, God Brahma, he taught this Ayurveda to Daksha Prajapati. Daksha taught it to the Ashwins, the divine, the divine twin physicians. The latter taught they later taught it to Indra, the king of gods. So God Brahma taught Ayurveda to Daksha Prajapati. Then Daksha taught it to the Aswins, the divine of two physicians. Later they taught to God Indra. He is the king of gods. Bharadwaja was the first rishi to teach Ayurveda in this world. He had learnt it from Indra. Bharadwaja taught it to his disciples. So Bharadwaja was the first rishi to teach Ayurveda in this world. He had learnt it from whom? Yes, it is from the god Indra. Then he taught it to his disciples. So Ayurveda says that the human body is made up of the five elements: Prithvi, the earth; up, water; Vayu, wind; Tejas, light; and Akash, ether. They are in the form of dhatus, or substances like flesh, bones, etc. in the body. The food we eat nourishes them through rasa, or fluids from the food. So Ayurveda, what it says that? It says that the human body is made up of five elements. It is made up of five elements. They are Prithvi, Aap, Vayu, Tejas, and Akash. That is the earth, water, wind, light, and ether. So they are in the form of what? Dhatus, or substances like flesh and bones in the body. The food we eat nourishes them through rasa, or fluids, which will generate in the food, which will come from the food. Man enjoys perfect health when three factors of the body, that is vata, wind; pitta, bile; and kapha, phlegm, exist in the state of balance. So man will enjoy his life. The three factors of the body, wind, bile, and phlegm, exist in the state of balance. When one of them exceeds or declines through bad food or habit diseases occur. Treatment of these diseases consists of restoring the balance of three factors. When these three factors, when they imbalance, means one will be more, the other will be less, then it will happen due to the due to the taking of bad food or bad habits, then diseases occur. So the treatment of diseases consists in restoring the balance of these three factors. What is the treatment for them? It is restoring, the regaining these three factors into the body. The vata works in the body in five ways, as prana, udana, samana, vyana, and apna. So what are the five ways in which vata works? It is prana, udana, samana, vyana, and apna. In these different aspects, it enables the upward and downward movements of the man. It controls his mind and senses. It regulates his body activities. So vata controls the mind and the senses of the man. It regulates his body activities. There is fire or energy in pitta or bile. It digests food. Means the fire means the high temperature. So it helps in digesting the food. Kapha or phlegm gives man his bulk, lustre, strength, and knowledge. So the other forms they will give the man his bulk, shape, and lustre, so means shiningness, strength, and the knowledge. After Bharadwaja, Atreya was the famous teacher of Ayurveda. He lived in the 8th century BC. His teachings are collected in a book called Atreya Samhita. So after Bharadwaja, one more rishi named as Atreya, he taught the Ayurveda. Then he lived in the 8th century BC. His teachings were collected in a book called Atreya Samhita. Agnivesa was Bharadwaja's disciple. He wrote an exhaustive work on Ayurveda in the 7th or 8th century BC. So one more disciple of Bharadwaja, he is Agnivesa. He wrote an extraordinary work on Ayurveda in the 8th or 7th century of BC. Charaka is the next famous teacher of Ayurveda. So after Agnivesha, the Charaka, he is the famous teacher of Ayurveda. He lived in the 2nd century BC. He collected all previous knowledge of the science in his book Charaka Samhita. So he collected all the knowledge, previous knowledge, and he wrote it in his book called Charaka Samhita. So he was a next famous teacher of Ayurveda. He lived in the 2nd century BC. It is revised form. This is the standard work on Ayurveda even today. It is written in the Sanskrit language. In fact, all works of Ayurveda are in Sanskrit. So this is the modern and the standard work on the Ayurveda even today. It is written in the Sanskrit language. Not only Charaka Samhita, all the works of Ayurveda are in Sanskrit only. Charaka says that every student of Ayurveda should take an oath. According to it, he must regain a bachelor, always speak the truth, be free from envy or hate, and avoid violence. Above all, he should dedicate his whole life to the science. So Charaka says that every student of Ayurveda should take an oath. What is that oath? It is according to that oath, he must remain a bachelor and always speak the truth. He should be honest, humble, be free from the hatredness and avoid violence. He should follow non-violence. Above all, he should dedicate his life to the development of science. This is the oath every student of Ayurveda should take. Charaka describes in detail in his book how the child grows in its mother's womb, the human system, symptoms of diseases, how diseases should be found out and treated. Charaka's medicines have all to be made out of herbs. So Charaka described in detail in his book about how the child will grows in the mother's womb, and the human system, the symptoms of diseases, what kind of treatment can be given to these diseases, and all the Charaka's medicines have all to be made out of herbs, medicinal plants. The surgical part of Indian medicine is called Salya. Sushruta was the leading writer on this subject. He learned this science from Dhanvantari himself. The surgical part of Indian science, Indian medicine is called Salya, and Sushruta was the leading writer on this subject. He learned this science from Dhanvantari himself. Sushruta was a descendant of Rishi Vishwamitra and lived in the 6th century BC. His work is called Sushruta Salya Tantra. Sushruta Salya Tantra. In this work, he mentioned a large number of instruments for performing operations. So Salya, he wrote one book. That book is called Sushruta Salya Tantra. In this book, he mentioned the large number of instruments which are used for performing the operations. Sushruta practiced all types of operations, even of the brain and eyes. He even fixed new noses for damaged ones. So Sushruta, he was very good in all the operations, even the brain transplantation, and even he fixed the new nose for the damaged ones. Sushruta Samhita was translated even in the Arabic. From Sanskrit to it is translated to Arabic language. Foreigners who came to India at the time of Alexander's invasion learned the art of Indian medicine and carried the knowledge to their countries. So foreigners who came to India at the time of Alexander's war, they learned the Indian medicine and they carried the knowledge to the other to their countries. The next famous teacher of Ayurveda is Vagbhata. Vagbhata. He lived in the 6th century AD. His most famous work is called Astagna Hridaya. Hastagna Hridaya. This is the standard work followed by Ayurvedic doctors even today in the south of India. So the next famous teacher is teacher of Ayurveda is Vagbhata. Vagbhata. He lived in the 6th century AD. His famous work is in the form of Hridaya, Astagna Hridaya. And this is the standard work followed by Ayurvedic doctors even today in the South India. This work consists of 150 chapters and covers the entire subject. The section on the practice of medicine is said to be exceedingly well written. Scholars have written commentaries on this book. So it contains 150 chapters and covers the entire subject. Scholars have written their comments on this book. After Vagbhata, many authorities have written on Ayurveda. They have added their knowledge and the experience to the subject. The most famous among them are Sarangadhara, Chakrapani Datta and Bhavamishra. So many people they came forward and they wrote they gave many inputs to this knowledge of this Ayurveda. Like them, the famous one are there Sarangadhara, Chakrapani Datta and Bhavamishra. In ancient times, the Vedas or doctors who practiced Ayurveda kept their knowledge secret. That is why the science is not very popular now. Further, because of the advantage of Western system of medicine called allopathy, we have almost forgotten the Indian system of medicine. So in ancient times, the Vaidyas or the doctors who practiced Ayurveda kept their knowledge secret. That is why the science is not very popular now. Further, because of the advance of the Western system of medicine called allopathy, we almost forgotten our Indian system of medicine, that is Ayurveda. In recent years, however, there has been some effort in our country to make Ayurveda popular once again among our people. So this recent years, however, we are keeping our concentration to develop Ayurveda popular in our country. Lately, some Ayurvedic colleges have been started in our country and they give higher training in this system. So nowadays, these governments have established Ayurvedic colleges, and their way the people are giving this Ayurvedic knowledge learning in the present system in our India. So like this, the Ayurveda is took birth in the Indian history. So Sushruta is the father of surgery, and Ayurveda. See here, this if you see here, what is this? We have water, ether, air, and earth, kapha, and water, vita. See this circle, cycle. You can see here this cycle, and then we have like this. We can see here. This here we have some of the herbs which were used in the olden days to make this Ayurvedic medicines. Here this nowadays here and there we are using these Ayurvedic medicines. Yes, I hope you understand this lesson. Thank you very much.